The state veterinary board inspector locked the conference room door and said, "Phone's in the box. No one leaves until I get answers." She walked in 15 minutes after our mandatory overnight shift inspection meeting was supposed to start, didn't apologize for being late, and wrote Sarah Wilson, state vet board inspector, on the whiteboard without a greeting. Then she turned the lock on the door, set a clear plastic bin on the table, and just stared at all 7 of us, the animal hospital's vets and techs lined up in our scrubs. "Phones," she said, tapping the bin once. "Every single one, power off. If I find a device on you, you'll be reported to the state vet board immediately and your license will be suspended." We all exchanged wide-eyed glances like this was a nightmare, but her face was calm, no room for argument. One by one, we dropped our phones in and she slid the bin under the table where none of us could reach it. Then she sat down at the head of the table and didn't say a word for 35 seconds. Just looked at each of us like she was memorizing our faces, our licenses, our tells. "Who was in the rescue rehabilitation wing last Friday between 10 p.m. and midnight?" Silence. "Our overnight shift ends at 9 p.m. A tech named Leela near the window mumbled that maybe she had the wrong hospital, and she shook her head slow like we'd already let her down. "I don't. Someone sitting here right now was in that wing after hours that night and I can prove it." She pulled out a printed photo and the second she held it up I heard someone choke back a sob. The photo showed our rescue rehabilitation wing completely destroyed. The custom kennels for abused and abandoned animals were smashed. The medical supplies and antibiotics were dumped down the drain. The patient records for our 20 rescue animals were deleted from the computer. The hard drive smashed. The walls were covered in spray paint that said "Strays don't deserve care." "This happened between 10 and midnight that night," she said. "Security footage is useless because someone covered every camera in the wing with medical tape." The overnight tech didn't find it until 1 a.m. Saturday. She set the photo down. But here what nobody counted on: whoever did this took a video, posted it to a private vet tech group on Facebook. Someone screenshotted it. By Saturday morning it had been forwarded through a dozen vet group chats until it landed in my lap. The whole room went quiet, then erupted. She said she didn't know who took the video, but she knew it was shot right in that wing. Same kennel layout, same exam table, same spray paint on the wall. One of us did this, then the room turned on itself. Mia pointed at Leela and said she'd been complaining about the rescue wing taking up time and resources from paying clients for months. Leela snapped back that Mia got suspended last year for a medication error that hurt a patient, so maybe she should shut her mouth. Someone brought up how Lexi, the former tech who'd been rehired part-time, had got fired for neglect 6 months prior. Jake said he saw 2 people from our team near the rescue wing after shift that night but couldn't remember who. Suddenly everyone was yelling, old drama bubbling up, grudges we buried for years spilling out. The inspector just sat there watching. She had a notebook open, scribbling every time someone made an accusation, her eyes darting from staff member to staff member. She didn't try to calm anyone down. She was studying us. I probably wouldn't have noticed Lexi if she wasn't sitting right next to me. She hadn't moved since this started, hadn't said a word. Her scrub cap was pulled low over her eyes, hands jammed in her scrub pocket, staring at the table like it held the answer to everything. Her leg was shaking so bad I could feel the table rattle. Her friend Jake leaned over and muttered, "Lex, you good?" Nothing. Jake tried again, quieter. "Lex, what's wrong? You've been off all week." Lexi's breathing got faster, still didn't look up. The inspector's eyes drifted over to her. She stopped writing, just watched her for a long, heavy moment. Then she looked down at her notebook and circled something. Jake went pale. "Lexi," he said, voice barely a whisper. "Last Friday you texted me at 10:30 saying you were home at your apartment. But Saturday you told me you stayed late to finish charting until midnight. Which one was the lie?" Every single person turned to look at Lexi. The inspector stood up and walked toward her. "The video was shot right here in front of this exam table," she said, pointing at the photo. "Antibiotics still wet on the counter, and on the torso of whoever took it, they were wearing light blue scrubs with a paw print patch on the left chest. Wanna tell me why you're wearing the exact same scrubs today?" Lexi's hand flew to cover the patch, but it was too late. "I didn't, it's not," her voice cracked. "Please, I was just so angry they fired me. I didn't mean to hurt the animals." "My name is Sarah Wilson," she said, crouching down so she was eye level with Lexi. "I'm Dr. Chloe Bennett. I'm the lead vet here. I built that rescue wing from the ground up to give abused animals a second chance. You destroyed 20K worth of medical supplies, put 20 vulnerable animals' lives at risk, and ruined 3 years of my work because you got fired for neglecting a patient." She stood back up, holding up her phone. "I've been recording this entire meeting since I walked in. I have your coworker confirming your alibi was a lie. I have you wearing the exact same scrubs as the vandal. And now I have a room full of witnesses who watched you break." Lexi was sobbing now, begging for forgiveness. Chloe unlocked the conference room door. The hospital owner and a state vet board officer were standing in the hallway. "She's ready to talk now." Lexi was fired immediately, her vet tech license permanently revoked, and she was arrested for felony animal cruelty. The hospital issued Chloe a public apology, expanded the rescue wing, and the local community raised $30K to cover all the damages and help the rescue animals.